My name is Mark Lunn, for those that don't know me. Sitting in for Don today because he had something going on and Sid had something going on. So we're going to go over setting up basic Squarespace site for photography. Squarespace is super powerful. If you have a restaurant, you can use it for that. You can sell stuff on it. You can put gallery images on it for photography. You can do a lot of different stuff with it. So I'm not going to get into everything that it can do. I'm going to kind of focus on what we would need to do for setting up a portfolio and getting online. Does everybody here have a website? I know Sophie does.
Yeah.
Okay, so Squarespace is, there's two versions. There's 7.0 and 7.1, and the 7.1. Let's see, screen share. I'm trying to figure out how to share screen number 2. Okay. 7.1 is the new version. And it's different than 7.0. It's got a different backend than 7.0, and they changed the design. On 7.0, you could have your menus on the left-hand side of the screen. On 7.1, they're just going to be across the top. They made it so it's you can pick a template, but you don't have to get hung up on picking a template because you can modify it pretty easily. All right, so I've already got a Squarespace account. All you have to do if you want to get a Squarespace account is squarespace.com, and you sign up for it. Once you have your account, you log in and you go to your account dashboard. One of the good things with Squarespace is you can have multiple websites. So I have a couple different ones here. I have a couple that I manage for clients. So you can go in here and on your dashboard, you can make changes to your websites, or you can create a new website. So we're going to walk through creating a brand new website. So you click create a website and it brings you through templates so you can pick your starting point.
Mark, are you showing that to us at the moment?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I had started sharing my other screen and then I pulled it over. I'm sorry. Here, let me. When you come back into Squarespace, it takes you to the dashboard. All right, so you go to squarespace.com. If you don't have an account, this is where you log into you can create an account, or you click up here and you can log in. Once you're logged in, you can go to account dashboard. And what I was saying is, one of the things that I like about Squarespace is you can have multiple websites under your one account. So it's super easy if you're wanting to have more than one website for different things. If you have, for us, say you have a page that you want to do for portrait photography, that is a little bit more consumer based and you're trying to get a little bit of cash flow coming from that. But then you have the commercial photography. And then I also manage sites for a couple clients on here. So I can have it all under one site and you don't have to worry about having like a bunch of different accounts. So you can come in here and work on whichever site that you need to work on at the time. So we're going to go through creating a new website. So you click on the create website button and it's going to take you to the template section. They have a lot of different templates because there's so much that you can do with Squarespace. But the easiest thing to do is I'm trying to find it. We got media and podcast. So there's photography right here. So you go to photography, and when you hover over a template, if you want to take a closer look at it, you can start with it and it will that's the template that you're going to choose. But if you don't want to actually choose it yet, click on preview, and it gives you the features of the template. So it's, it's good for portfolio. It's got a contact form. It's minimal. And then it's got your color themes here. You can look at what it looks like. If you want to interact with it a little bit more, you can click on the links here. So it's functional, where you can see what the different galleries look like. So under work, and then they've got landscape here. They have their landscape gallery set up. This one has an about me page with an email link, Instagram link, and picture, and then Instagram. So this is pretty straightforward. This would work for most anything that we're going to do. Instagram is not going to connect because there's not actually an account hooked up to it. And then one of the other things that's really good on this is, since you're looking at it on a computer, you're seeing what the desktop view looks like. But if you want to make sure it's something that you like for mobile uses or for iPad, you can click up here and it will show you what it looks like on a tablet. So you can see where it's kind of got the iPad layout. So if you want to see what this interacts as a tablet, and then if you want to see what the template is going to be like on a cell phone, you can click on here. So now you're looking at kind of like an iPhone. And this gives you a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like. This one is going to be just as good as any, but if you don't like it, you can click the back button and you can come back here and pick out. You can kind of tell what the home page is going to look like. This one here is just one photograph as your home page with text on top of it. And then it's got the links here. We'll preview that one. So like wedding photographer based in Charleston, South Carolina. This is the type of thing that a lot of wedding photographers or portraits, where it's going to have the one image. So if you like that, I have my site set up. When you go to my home page, it's going to have a gallery of like new. If you wanted to get in the demo site without being inside of this shell, you can click on the view demo site and it's going to actually take you to the website so you can dig through it a little bit more. So you can just take time and explore. And this is, well, I clicked start, which is fine. It's not going to matter. This is similar to what I have on my landing page. All right, so we're just going to put Phototalk Friday. Demo. This is where you would put, Lauren's photography or whatever you're going to do your business name as. It's going to be the title of your site. You can change it later, but if you put it in here the way that you want it, then it saves you a little bit of time. I'll show you where we can change it later, but there's a lot more steps to changing it. So click continue. It kind of gives you an idea of how to edit pages in the little demo here if you've not done it before. How to create pages. And then styling your site. All right, so if you want to work on your website, this Phototalk Friday demo, once you log in, if you want to work on it, you just click on the website link, and then it's going to take you into the website dashboard. So this is what the website is going to start out as. The top part is the header, and then you're going to have your body, and then down at the bottom is the footer. So they've got this set up as overview, people is one gallery, and then things is another gallery. And if you want to edit the photos and the layout, you click this little edit button up here. So, and then the other thing is if you click on your logo up here on the left-hand side, it takes you back to your home page. So now that you're back at the home page, you can click edit. And now you can start making changes to your home page. That site header is global throughout your whole site. So any changes that you make in site header here are going to be throughout every page that you have set up. And then the same as if you come down to the bottom, you can click on the edit footer section, and that will change throughout the entire site. And then you've got the middle section here, which is this gallery, and they're kind of contained where you go over edit site header, it's gray. When you get into this section here, there's the blue line that goes around. So something like this, where it's a little bit more of a section, if you're still inside this blue box, you're still in that one section. What I always do, and what I tell people when I'm showing them how to do it, if you want to make a change to a section, but you don't want to break what's already there, all you have to do is just click this button here and you can duplicate it. So this section here, it will automatically create a copy directly below it. So you have this one set up and you like the way that it is, but you don't want to lose it, but you want to kind of edit it some. You can duplicate it and it will do that. And then to change out images on a page, and I'm showing you on the home page, but it works the same on whichever page that we're on. So if we was in people and we wanted to click on the change the people gallery, it's going to be the same layout here. So you click on that little picture and it's going to take you to where you can adjust your gallery layout. The one thing that makes it, usually it's pretty simple. You just click and drag around if you want to adjust the layout, and you give it a second, and then it will automatically update the web page. If you want to get rid of a picture, so we don't want this person splashing, you just hit the trash can. Are you sure you want to remove the image? Click confirm. So I'm going to get rid of a bunch of them, so it's a little bit less to have to kind of wade through. If you wanted to get rid of more than one, you can do the same thing as we do in Bridge. You can hold down Control or Shift. Control if you want to jump through. If you wanted to start here and then go up to here, you can hold down Shift and it will select the whole block. And with the whole block selected, you can just hit delete. So if we want to get rid of all of these pictures, you can do that and close it. So we still have the same section here. We've just gotten rid of all of the pictures that are in the gallery. If you want to add pictures to the gallery, you just click on that. And then you can search for images. So this has access to Unsplash. So if you want to search for an image, you can go to My Library, where you have files that we can import, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you want to go to Unsplash, because we don't need it so much, but it's there if you need it for a blog or something, I guess. You can search for an Unsplash image and you can click on here. You can see where it's powered by Unsplash. And then premium images. I don't use the Unsplasher premium because obviously we're not going to need it. So if you want to upload an image, you click on that, choose upload. I got a couple images here that we'll grab. So you can select the image and it will upload it that way. And then the other way that you can bring images in is through drag and drop. All right, so I have a folder here on my other screen. And if you wanted to just grab an image, you can grab it and drop it in there. And that works the same as well. So whichever way is easier. And sometimes it takes a second for the gallery to update. Once you're done, you just go to done and hit save. And that'll save that gallery. And if you were happy with the changes and you want to get rid of the other gallery, you just click back on the edit button and come down here. When you want to get rid of this gallery, you just delete it. Are you sure you want to remove the section? Click remove and it's gone. So now I've changed the default home page. So I'm sure what Dawn would say and what I did to start out with is you're going to go through your images, and we talk about 30 images in a folder. So you have 30. I got people, food, and product on mine. So out of your 30 images for each gallery, if you was to pick 10 from each on your home page, you could put 10 different images from each gallery and mix it up, however works. Or if you want to change, now that I've taken these out and showed how to update that, does anybody have questions on just taking images out of a block and putting new images in?
It's okay, Mark. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to save the changes. And I'm going to go to the people gallery that they have set up. And I'm going to show how to set up the gallery how you want it on something that has more than just the 3 that I put in. So on this block here, this is their gallery that they have their people section in. And if you want to change the styling of the gallery, it's pretty simple. You click on the edit section button. And on this, you can choose the gallery type that you want. Right now it's set to masonry. The good thing about masonry is you're not stuck on a set ratio for all of your pictures. So this one's a square, it shows all of it. This one's, portrait style. This one's landscape style, and it's showing all of it. When you switch over to like a simple gallery, then you get stuck in having a set aspect ratio. So with the simple gallery, you can choose what you want your aspect ratio to be. And if all you had was square, that would be fine. If all you had was, 3:2 ratio that are landscape orientation, you choose a 3:2 standard. Or if they were all portraits, then you can choose vertical and it will change it to vertical. You can do a strip if you like that, where it will have strip of images across the top. And some of it changes a little bit based off the size of the images that you have and the number of images that you have. It's going to make it fit. So if you have more that are landscape orientation, you may not have as many at the top. Masonry is probably going to be the better thing to go with because we all have pictures that are different sizes. And then you can change the number of columns that you want. So right now there's 3 columns that go up and down. You can see where even though these are different sizes, there's, the left column, the center column that goes up and down, and the right. If you want it to have bigger pictures, you can go to 2. If you wanted to have even bigger pictures, you could go to 1, and it's going to have it as one column all the way up and down. If you want to, all you got to do is click on the plus sign, and it will change the number of columns. And if you notice, as we're changing, this white space here is staying the same because our spacing right now is set to 120 pixels. So you can just drag it and figure out, you know, the size of space that you like for your gallery. If you want to have captions for your photo turned on, you can click right there and turn your captions on. If you don't want to have any captions, you can turn it off. Your animation is when the image loads, do you want it to fade in? Do you want it to scale in? So right now, when you're scrolling, you can see it kind of fades. Scaling as it kind of zooms in. You can have just site default, which you set for the whole site, or none, whichever one works better. And then light box here. If you click on that, it won't do it because of where we're at. So let me save it so we can. And the good thing about it is you don't have to have a separate window open either. On some of the older HTML, you would have to have like your website in one and your coding in the other so you could save it and update your browser to see what the differences are. In this, you don't have to, so you can click on it. If you have Lightbox enabled, it will allow you to click on one photo and then you can scroll through. And if you don't like that, you can have Lightbox off. Actually, let me show you this real quick. On this first picture here, if you wanted to have captions, so man walking on rocks, you can put that as the description. And when you close, it'll save it. And you can edit the section, turn your captions on. And now it shows you right here, man walking on the rock. So if you have the caption turned on, it will show up there. You can also change the width of the gallery from full to full bleed. So it takes it all the way out to the edge. Or as an inset, which is, you know, more white space on the sides. And then if you wanted to see how it's going to look on a mobile device, you can click on here for a mobile preview. So while you're working on it, before you even save it, you can see if you like the way that it's going to end up. There was someone who was trying to get in. Well, I got to give Dawn full credit for trying to do this and demonstrate how to do stuff and make sure you got people coming in the room and everything at the same time. So that's basically how you set up a gallery on one section. I'm going to show you more about pages here in a minute. I was just trying to show like the basic overview. If you want to change your colors, you can change your colors. If you wanted to have a black background instead of a white background, you can choose dark or black. And the good thing about it is you can make different changes. So let me save what we have right now. You can make changes to it. So let's go back with masonry. And, you know, you can add different columns in masonry as well. and say you ended up really messing it up, like you accidentally hit the delete button and you click remove and you deleted the gallery. If you don't want to keep the changes, you can just go to done and discard changes. And then it won't keep the changes that you made. Now, as far as editing the site header and footer, you can just click on the edit site header. Pretty good the way that they're set up as far as, spacing and stuff. If you don't know how to modify it or you don't want to take the time to modify it, if you wanted to change stuff, like if you wanted to change this, oh, I forgot to capitalize Phototalk Friday. So you click on your edit site header and brings this up. You can go to site title and logo. And this right here is the title that's going to show up in the top left-hand side. If you want to have a site logo instead of just words, you can just click on the site logo button. And then it will load whatever image that you pick as your site logo. So now that there's an image up there, it will still have your site title as Phototalk Friday on somebody that doesn't have images enabled. But if that was the logo that you have for your website, then that would show up in the corner instead. If you want to have a different logo for a mobile website, you can have a different mobile logo. Okay, this section here for elements is going to be if you want to have your social link. So this has the Instagram icon. If you didn't want to have any Instagram links up there, you can turn your social links off. If you want to have social links up there and change them, you just click on edit social links. And then this has a Squarespace. If you want to add a social link, you just, do Facebook. And then just put whatever your Facebook would be. And then it will create the Facebook logo for you. So now it's got a Facebook icon and an Instagram icon. If you want to make your icons a little bit bigger, if you want to make the icons, there you go, Lee. I was trying to get you in.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I was trying to get you in at the same time I was doing this. And so the icons right here, if you want to change the size of them, you just slide that back and forth. We don't have a shopping site so much, so you don't need to have the account or the cart, and you don't really need to have the account login. It's not going to have anything up here. If you want to change how things show up on your mobile, you can click on here and it will change your header layout and your overlay. And then also your menu icon right here, if you want it to have 3 bars or there's 2 bars with those smaller one between it, you can add one if you wanted to add a custom one. It's a little bit more advanced and not anything that we really need to get into just as far as getting online. If you want to change the way your desktop appearance shows up, you can change your header logo. Right now it's got the logo over on the left, and then your clickable links right here are on the right. And then this box here is your social icon. So say you want it to have it so all of your clickable links are in the middle, then you can just click right there and it will put the clickable links so they're kind of separated from your social icons. If for some reason you want it to have your logo and then your links below it, you could do that. I think a lot of people go with them being off on the right-hand side. Your vertical padding is how much space that it gives between your logo and the words to the first box below it. and kind of just a matter of having the amount of breathing room that you want. And then your element spacing is how far apart these are right here. And then your link spacing is, again, it's the distance for your spacing. You can play with it if you like it. All you got to do is hit save changes. If you don't like it, just discard the changes. We're having fun yet? I'm trying to go really quick, but there is so much to this, and I'm trying not to go so fast that I lose anybody, and I probably am. If you guys have questions afterwards and you're setting something up and you need help, just let me know. Okay, so the default here is overview, people, things, and that's the way that it's set up for this template. The one thing I want to show you before I show you how to change that is if you wanted to add, actually, I'll do it this way. We'll go to pages. When you click on pages, this is going to show you your main navigation pages, which is, let me click back on home so that way it kind of lines up a little bit better. Your overview, people, things, contact, it's the same order. And then your social icons aren't going to show up here because you adjust them with the header. If you wanted to change it so you have things before people, it's click and drag. The good thing about Squarespace is it's pretty much a lot of click and drag, and you can make adjustments. If you did not want to have the things on your main navigation, but you wanted to have a page for it, right here is your main navigation, but you can have pages that are not linked by sliding them down here. So now you're not going to have things in your main navigation section up here, but you're going to have a thing section here. So one of the things that I use this for is for client work. I did a headshot session on Saturday. I created a private gallery by having a page that's not linked. You can create a password for it, give the client the password and the link, and they can go to the website link and type in the password, and not everybody is going to be able to see that you even have that page. If you want to change this, instead of having overview, if you wanted to change that to new work, you just click on here. To change the title, you can double click it and then just change it to whatever you want to change it to. And you can also go to this settings with this little gear icon. And under page settings, you're going to have general, which is your overview, which is your page title, your navigation title, and the URL slug. So for me, if it was marklundjr.com/overview, then they would go to that page right there. If I changed it to example, then now it'd be marklundjr.com/example. So let's say we want to change this section to food. So your page title, you can change that to food. And your navigation title will change that to food. So now we have a food page set up. If you wanted to set a page, all right, let me show you. We're going to create a page that is going to be in our main navigation by clicking on the plus. You can start with a blank page, or you can start with the page layout. And then if you wanted to do a blog portfolio, there's different things that you can choose. The way that it's set up, pretty much our home page right now is a header and a footer and one gallery. So if you wanted to start a page with a layout, you just click on page layout, and then you can choose general layout. You know, if you wanted to set up appointments, an about me page, if you wanted to set up a gallery. So we're going to set up a gallery. So all you do is click on gallery, and it's going to give you options of ones that you can choose. This one here has got some text at the top. If you wanted to have text about what your gallery was, this one has a header image at the top, text, and then you can put your gallery. So there's a lot to choose from. If you just want photos without having any text, you can choose one of those. Now, when we create this page up here, we'll just call it gallery demo. So we created a new page that has a gallery on it. It's in our main navigation and it's first, so it's going to show up there. If we wanted it between food and people, you can just click it and drag it, and it's going to show up between food and people. When we named it, it automatically fills in the title, the navigation title, and the URL slug, and the page is enabled. And this one's not the home page, so you can either have it turned on or turn off. If you're working on it and you don't want it to go live on your website, you can just click, you can turn off where it's enabled, and nobody will be able to see it, and the link will disappear from up here. So if we want to edit this section, sometimes it'll be a little goofy and you have to come back into it. It didn't give me the blue box and it didn't give me the icons here. So it's like we did before. If we want to edit the section, we can click on the picture icon and we can take pictures out, can add pictures in. By now that we have a couple pictures uploaded, I'll show you. You can click the plus sign and you can search for images. And now under my library, because I have images that are uploaded, you can just choose whatever image that you want to add to that gallery, and it will add it. The other thing that you can do if you wanted to make a picture a link, just for example, if I made that a link and saved it, then the image becomes clickable. If for some reason you wanted to have an image where they clicked on it and they go to somewhere else, if you put a website URL in there, it will make it so that image becomes clickable and it will take them to another page. So if you had maybe an image that you have with a blog, and you know, if you wanted somebody to be able to click on the image that's inside your blog and then take them to the gallery, you can edit that. If you want to get rid of it, just go back to the image and click on that, and you can hit delete. You can also make it whether it opens up in a new window, so that way if you have it turned off, it will keep them inside your website, and then you can choose whether it goes to a web address, a page, email. So if you wanted to make some sort of, you know, email me icon or whatever, you can do that. I'm gonna show you. Let's see time. Okay. There's another thing that you can do with your main navigation where on one of the templates that we looked at, it had like work and then things that drop down below it. If you wanted to make something like that, you click on the plus sign and you make a folder. I'll just call it my links. If you put food under my links, you can drag that up there and drop it. And we can put gallery demo. So now because we have that folder and these are underneath of it, now you have my links and then you can choose food, people, or gallery demo. And then your contact link is a separate link. Then let's go to contact. The way they have this set up, they have the email represented by whatever. Say on our contact page, we want a form, and I'll show you how to put a form on here. We're going to edit the page by clicking edit. If you want it to have a photograph that goes on your entire website, under this block section here, you can click on edit, background, and it has a photo. So we're going to delete that. And it's selected as dark. So we don't want a black website. We want to make it white. And you change that by clicking white minimal. Now inside this section, if you want to add an element to it, if you hover above this little plus sign, and it will give you a bar, and it's a little bit more advanced to get in here and do some of this stuff, but it's kind of simple at the same time, where this isn't really a contact me form. It's got some information, and say we wanted a form on this section where they could fill out a contact form and send us some information. If you hover above it, you get this solid blue bar with a plus sign. When you click on the plus sign, it's going to give you options of what you want to add. So if we want to add a form to this section, you can click on form. And now I added a form in here. And it gives you the default of name, email, subject, and message. If you want it to have phone number too, you can click on add form field. It's going to be text. And you can just type phone number. So that'll make it where it adds a phone number to it as well. Click done. If you wanted to have the phone number above the message, you can modify it by just clicking and dragging. When you choose storage, it's going to choose whether it just sends you an email, and it will send it to the default email address for your account. If you have a MailChimp account and you want to connect it to your MailChimp, you can click on that and connect it to the MailChimp. Under the advanced tab, you can change what the label of this button is. You can change your alignment, center. And then after the person fills out the form and they hit submit, this is the post submit message that will pop up. So it'll come up and it'll say, thank you. You can, thank you for filling out my form. I'll get back to you soon. Whatever, you can put whatever in this window. And now instead of just having your information here, you can also have a form. Say we want to add a photo to it. You don't want to add a whole gallery. You just want to add one photo. Do the same thing again where you hover above it and it'll make a solid blue line with a plus sign, and you click the plus sign. And then you can choose. There's a bunch of different things that you can put on here. It's kind of just a matter of playing with it and seeing what each one does a little bit, honestly. So we wanted to add an image. I'm just going to use the same one. It takes a second for it. Have I lost everybody? Again, with the drag and drop, a lot of this stuff you can maneuver, drag around, get the little hand. So by just dragging that over, we was able to put it on the right-hand side. If you wanted your photo below the information, you can click it and drag it. And where that solid blue line goes is where it should end up. Sometimes it takes a little bit of trial and error. And then when you get editing the footer is like editing the header. You click the edit footer, and it's like the same thing. If you want to add elements to it, you can click on the plus sign, choose what you want to add. If you wanted to have somebody sign up for a newsletter, this is something I have. You can click newsletter. And if you want to require that they put their name in, which I recommend because it'll save you from spam bots, I have it. And it'll come in first name. Like the first name section is like a first name and the last name. And then the last name section is a first name and a last name. And it's not a legitimate sign up. Your submit button, you can change the layout if you wanted it on the left, center. The storage is the same, where you can have it go to your mailing list. Or if you're having a newsletter sign up, you want to have a MailChimp account or some sort of HubSpot or whatever. I use MailChimp. And then the post submit here is the same thing. You can thank you for signing up for my newsletter, and you click apply. And then if somebody wants to sign up for your newsletter, they can put their first name, last name, and their email address and sign up. And then you'll get an email saying that somebody wants to sign up for your email. All right, so along here, you have your pages. Your pages that aren't linked are down here. If you want to make a gallery for somebody to have, like I did for the client to proof their work, you can just do a blank page. Proof. it's an empty page right now because, and this is the thing about Squarespace, like picking a template, don't get too hung up on it. If you understand that when you have a blank page, you're going to have your header, you're going to have your footer. The footer's global, and I didn't take the time to format that, so it's a little bit better fitting for the site. But and then it's going to give you a blank page. All you have to do to add something to it is click edit. We're going to add a section. We're going to add a gallery. We're going to pick the gallery that we want to add. And this one here is the one that you can have all sorts of different sizes. So just click that. So then you want to get rid of the pictures that are in there. So you click on that, the picture icon, it'll bring it up, select everything, delete it. And you weren't here yet, Jay, but if you click on one and then you click shift and click down through the rest, it will select all of them. If you only wanted to do hunt and peck, you can hold down control. If you have some selected, you can unselect it, then delete whatever ones you want to get rid of. Say we're happy with the layout and we want to just get this set up so that way the client could see it. So we've got all of the images taken out. We put the new ones in by either clicking the plus sign and uploading images and uploading from the page, or you can have your folder open and then, grab whatever image you want and just drag it and drop it in there, and it will upload it that way. So we'll say we've got all of the images switched out. You can click close, save that. And then if you wanted to have this link be something that you did send to a client, you could click the gear icon. If you want to add a password, you can just click right here. You type a password in, and then you can give that to the client. And on my website, it'd be, marklinjr.com/proof-for-client. They can go to that and see that if you were setting something up for that. Say we just made a new gallery, and we made a new gallery down here, and instead of it being proof for client, say we upload splash shots, since that's what we're working on. So new splashes. So once we get all of our new splash shots in here, we've got the pictures selected the way we want. And then we decide, well, we want to have this splash shot over here instead of that one. We put descriptions in if you want to have the descriptions. And even if you don't have captions turned on, it's still good to put a description in here that, is going to help with your SEO. So mountain range with snow. So now we're happy with our new splash shot, and we want to have it where people can see it. All you have to do is just click on it and drag it up here. If you drag it here, it's going to be right there before your contact. If you want it to have it be under your links, you can click and drag it and drop it right there. Let's say instead of, and down here is a great place. Down here is a great place to build web pages that you want to tweak the layout. You don't want anybody to see it. You can always go in here and click off enable page, and you'll be able to see it from the viewer here, but somebody wouldn't be able to go to the website. So you get the page all set up exactly how you want it. Since it's not enabled, it's going to be gray. And let's call this and for example, instead of making splash stuff, I want to show you how to set a different page as your home page. So this is the new home page. You know, you reworked your home page, you change the layout, and you want to go ahead and make it live. You can just click the gear button and enable the page. And if you want to make it your home page, just click down here and set as home page. Are you sure you want to make it the home page? Click confirm. Save that. So now that would be your new home page. So if somebody goes to your food and they click back on your icon, or they go just to your URL, that new home page is now your home page. Okay, and then the last thing, probably as far as making it live, once you have everything set up on your website, you are ready to connect your domain. So that way, when somebody types in your URL address instead of salamander-horse, whatever, Squarespace, to see the web page, you just go to settings, go to domains. And if you already have a domain, then use the link here where it says use a domain I own. If you don't have a domain, you can get a domain here. I do all my domains through Google. So I would click use a domain I already own, and then type in whatever the domain is here, and it will take you through the steps to connecting it with your domain host. So whether you have GoDaddy or whatever, when you type in the domain, it's going to search through the back end and connect it to whichever your domain host is. If you needed to get a domain, you can click through here and get one. Site availability is the other thing that you're going to want to change. Once you get ready to go live, you just click on site availability and you change it from private to public. You have to upgrade with Squarespace. It's not a free account. You get a trial, but in order to actually publish it, you pay, I think it's about $10 a month for a basic one. I have one that I can sell stuff on, so it's a little bit more for the business one. If you want to have it where people can look at it before you upgrade, you can just put password protected. And then say you want it to have Don look at your website, you can give him this URL here, or if you've got it connected through, you know, your own domain, which I wouldn't do until you're ready to go live, so you don't lose what you already have set up. You could set a password up, give him the link, or give anybody the link, and then give them the password, and they would be able to go in and proof the website for you. And then the last thing is Squarespace has a great help section. So say you're working on something and you get stuck, their help section is really good. They've got a really good knowledge base. They've got tons of videos. If you're looking in a knowledge base, and I know, Jay, you were trying to see about going from 7.0 to 7.1, you said.
Right.
It's probably going to be easier for you since, you know, you what do you have, like about 30 pages per or 30 images per gallery anyways?
Right.
With it being so easy to do drag and drop, so like if you wanted to do a new page, it's this simple. Once you know, like, to set up a new page, if you wanted to set up a new page, you just go to pages. If you want, and you want to make a new page, so click on the plus sign. You're going to do a page layout. You choose that you want to do a gallery, and then you choose the gallery layout you want. And then once you choose the gallery layout, you give it a name, and then all you have to do is go to edit, get rid of the photos that are in there. And then go to your folder that you have that has like all of your, I don't know, splash shots or whatever you want to put in the gallery. You can just grab the images and click and drag them, and they'll be right into that gallery. Or you can click the plus sign and upload your images, and then they'll go right into that gallery. It's pretty quick to fill up the pages once you have your header and footer set up and everything like that. And they've got a YouTube channel that has tons of information on it too. Anybody have any questions I can answer right now, or you're gonna have to?
So to start on, to go from 7.0 to 7.1, basically just start a new, you're starting a new page, really, and
Yeah.
then moving all the information from page A to page B.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because if you go into my dashboard and you create a website, you can just click create a website, choose a photography template. They're pretty similar. It's more just a matter of kind of finding the links and the page layout that you want to start with. And then once you start with it, it's just a matter of changing out images, putting your contact information in there, your about me information in there, put a logo.
So Mark, can you set up a cart with that too?
A shopping cart?
Yeah.
You can, but I didn't want to already. It takes okay, so I'll show you real quick. It's a little bit complicated, but when you go into your pages, if you want it, you can, when you add pages, you can do it under your main navigation or your unlinked pages. And Jay, the main navigation is going to be what's up here. And then a not linked page is pages that you have where someone has to know the URL in order to go to it. So when I create pages, I'll do it under not linked. And then once I'm ready for it to be visible, then you just click and drag it up here. And then it shows up here. So what I would do, Chris, or when you're setting it up, you just add a new page. And then you're adding a store. And then you choose what type of layout you want to have. And if you want to have the banner with the text and then the images of each one, you can choose store 1 or store 2. And then this will add items that would be in your store. Since these are all just kind of placeholders, you can delete it. If you click the little dots here, it gives you options. But say you wanted to add a print. You get rid of all of these and you want to add a print for sale.
Right.
You click plus to add an item. Then it would be a digital item. You upload an image that represents your item. You put a description in, the price, and description, like this is a title, like mountain range, and then you can write a description of the mountain range here. And then this is the file that you upload that would be whatever quality you want somebody to download, and you price. any additional information that you had. It gets a little bit more complicated. Is that what you was wanting to find out about, is downloading prints, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's through here. It's definitely, I can help you do it. It takes a lot more to get into doing that than what we would be able to do right now. I mean, it's already 5:20, so it's at least a good hour, 2 hours to go into detail as far as getting it set.
Okay, thanks.
There's a lot of YouTube. They've put some new videos up too, so there's a lot of YouTube videos on Squarespace for setting up different things. And this is part of where just getting in there and trying it, you know, as long as you can go into a gallery and, you know, you can edit it, you can duplicate a section, you can, you know, delete a section, you know, even if you do it on accident, you can change stuff around. And if you don't like what you did with it, then all you have to do is just discard the changes. And it's a 14-day trial, I think. So you can actually, let's see, because it'll tell us. Yeah, this website trial expires on April 30th. So it's a 14-day trial. So you got 2 weeks that you can go in and mess with it. Before you have to worry about committing any money to it and signing up for the monthly thing. And that's not even bad. It's $12 a month for personal, $18 for business. If you want to be able to sell stuff on here, the e-commerce is $26 a month, but just for having a presence and people to be able to see your portfolio, it's only $12 a month. So that's not bad.
That you can't sell items on the business. There's some way to finesse it. I have a business account, so you know you can do it. It's probably easier under the commercial one than it is under the business stuff.
Yeah, you can. I'm looking at it for. Yeah, the personal doesn't have on the 7.1, and I don't know if it's different or not, but like for commerce functions for fully integrated e-commerce is business. And then there's 3% transaction fees. If you go with the basic, then it's 0 transaction fees. But I know that's a lot. There's a ton of stuff that I tried to go over, and I said before, I give total props to Don for trying to do that. At the same time, you have people coming in and you're trying to show how to do stuff. And I mean, he's doing it for a very long time, but I hope I was helpful in some of the information. I know that there was a ton of it. If anybody has questions, just, you know, email me or message me on Facebook or whatever. If you're trying to set something up, if you start setting something up and get stuck, you know, let me know and I can help you set it up.
Hey,
Don't
Mark,
yeah.
I just don't understand what is 7.0, 7.1. What's that?
You wouldn't even have to worry about it because you don't have a Squarespace site. Like Jay's got an older Squarespace site that's on version 7.0.
Right.
And where you're going
I see. It's a version.
Yeah, when you go into it, Lee, you would just choose one of the new templates from 7.1.
Right. So we'll be upgraded then.
Yeah, transitioning over from 7.0 to 7.1 can be
Gotcha.
a
You're
challenge.
like, what are they talking about? 7 point. Okay, versions. Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Very nice. Very helpful, Mark. Thank you.
you're welcome. I can yeah, NJ, if you want to help setting up one, just let me know and we can do a Zoom and
Okay, thank you.
yeah, not a problem. And I'll tell you, because even going through this, like I didn't realize until I'm trying to show you guys how to do it, but do it in a way that is simplified where I don't make it overcomplicated, but still do it quickly. And that's why I do it, because you know, you start showing people how to do it and it gets pretty complicated. It's like trying to show somebody how to do something in Photoshop, you know, like if we know it and we do it every day, it's simple. We can go and do something in no amount of time. But I do this along with doing photography, and you know, I don't do a lot of it. I pick up a few people here and there, and what I do is I charge them for the day of setting it up, and I'm going to start charging them like a monthly fee to maintain it for them. And once you learn, it's pretty straightforward once you learn it. So it's definitely a good extra source of income, setting them up for people. If you get in here and on my, like, there's no limit to the number of trials that you set up. So you can go in here and create a website, try a template, mess around with it. Don't make it committed to like, this is the one that I have to do, and play with it and set up a bunch of different websites and figure out the different templates and, you know, add some blocks in. And oh, let me show you real quick. If you want to wait for a second, Jack can show you. And if anybody else wants, I'm going to show them something that we did already, but I know it's getting to be long. So, let me go back to this. Let me go back to screen sharing, and I'll show you real quick how to add elements in. Again, I don't think you were in here. So I'm just going to make a brand new blank page. New page is fine. All right. So all of the Squarespace sites is pretty much this with extra stuff in the middle. And the way I made that folder, you wasn't here for it, but the way you just do click the plus sign and make a folder, and then navigation, whatever. And I'm sure I spelled it wrong. That folder will show up here once it has stuff inside of it. So put that new page under navigation, new gallery under navigation, and that's how you can create these drop down things right there, is with the folder. If there's not anything in the folder, and Squarespace is great because it's just drag and drop. If there's not anything in the folder, then it's a link, but it's not going to go anywhere, and you can just get rid of it. So we got rid of that page. So every page starts out like this as an empty page. If you want to edit the page, you click on edit. And then it's just a matter of creating sections. And when you create a section, you can choose whether you want a list, gallery, images, text. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can, I mean, it's got tour dates. Like there's so many different applications for us, pretty much, you know, gallery and images are going to be like a lot of what we're doing. So you just click on gallery and you can create a gallery. If you was making a about me page, you can click on an image and then you can choose the image layout. Like here's an image with some text beside it. So click on that and, you know, look, here's an image. And then if we want to change it, just click on the block and you can change it. So remove that image, put a new image out. You know, say this was a picture of me, which, you know, there's an image right there. And then you have this text over here, and it's just like any text editor. You click in there, you can choose all the different things that go along with it. But so me. So there's a picture of me and some text about me. And then there's these little spacers that you can add as well. Edit that. So there's a picture and some about me text or whatever. And then, you know, you could just change this to new about me and then save it. So now it's the navigation title is what shows up over here. And so now you have a new about me section. So, you know, there's a contact form, there's about me. And it's so, and, you know, if you wanted to throw another block in there, you can add another section. I mean, you can stack these things up as much as you want. So you can add a gallery in there. And the other thing I was telling them too before, Jay, is that if you've got a gallery that's set up and you don't want to change it, but you want to make some changes and see how it's going to look, if you click this duplicate button, it will duplicate this section here. I click that little copy button, that duplicate, and it created the exact same one below it. So I can change that gallery around. And once I have it the way that I want it, then I can delete the old one. But if I don't,
Where
like
is the
what I'm-
duplicate button?
right here, that two little on the top right hand side, you see on
Oh,
my
that
screen?
thing, the green thing?
Can you see my mouse?
I see my mouse. I don't see
Oh.
your.
There's two little, it looks like two pieces of paper that are stacked up on top of each other. When you're inside the section, see right here?
I see a green thing at the top and a red thing.
You want to share
Paintbrush.
your screen? I can show you real quick.
Okay.
Let me stop sharing. All right, see if you can share it now. Oh, wait. Okay, now try that. See if you can share it now.
So what
And
am I
so-
looking?
Well, are you screen sharing?
Yeah, this is.
I'm looking at your hello.
Yeah, that's my toy for the day.
Oh.
Just go up to my website.
And I'm gonna try and start doing some if I can get some time, some YouTube tutorials on how to set this stuff up. And well, you have to go to your Squarespace domain, like your admin panel. where you-
Oh, okay. So I have to go to Squarespace first and then
Yeah.
do
yeah.
it. Okay. Okay. Now what?
Go to pages
All right.
and then go to whichever page you want to. And then click on edit on the top.
Edit on the top.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh, you're still on 7.1, right? Or
No, it's a 7.0.
yeah.
7.0.
Yours is going to be a little different than what I'm used to. Because it's not in the same type of module. So as far as copying that section like I was doing, it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. So would I have to just copy individual images one at a time?
If you want to copy it over to 7.1,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd want to probably make a gallery or not a gallery, a folder on your computer of like which pictures you want in which gallery. Like I would make folders on my computer, one of your people, one of places, and one of things, and then just make an empty gallery and drag all of the folders into that gallery, or drag all of the images in your people folder
Mhm.
into that gallery on Squarespace, and it will upload it.
And then just arrange them. And
Yeah.
then you put a header on top of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So I have to experiment. I might give you a check in with you on the prints for sale page, but that we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. All right. Wow, I think we set a record for Phototalk Friday. There is so much information on it. I tried to make it, at least even if you, I don't know if I did a great job at presenting it like step by step, because I was trying to cover a lot of different things. My plan is to sit and make some tutorials to kind of go step by step on how to do the different things. There's a lot that's on YouTube that Squarespace has. And if you go to their help section, so yours is a little different than mine over here, but on the 7.1 page, if you have a 7.1 and you go to help, it's got all of the knowledge base videos, webinars, and all of that different thing right here.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm going to see if I can get this to record. And anybody have any other questions? All righty. Thanks for giving
Okay.
me a.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a good one.
Bye.